The United Kingdom has been an attractive hub for immigration for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, it has probably one of the fastest passports available. If you're looking to change your passport or maybe to have the second passport, the United Kingdom has been a country that is offering so many opportunities to get your permanent residence, to get your passport within the fastest possible time. And if you're, for example, looking to relocate your startup or to set up your own business, the United Kingdom is the country that is offering the level of opportunities no other country can match. Because, for example, the venture market in the United Kingdom is no a joke. You can pretty much you can get your investment in any product as long as you can show your traction, show that you have been developing a product and so on. And the United Kingdom is the country where migration now is one of the easiest in terms of the program, in terms of the requirements and so on. So in today's video, let's talk about some of the programs that are available for migrants that are looking to either relocate to the United Kingdom for permanent residence or to have access to the United Kingdom's market in terms of attracting investment and so on, and how you can still be one of the most competitive employers or employees in the United Kingdom, and what visas you can use to do that. Let's begin. Before we start, I'd like to invite you to a free consultation. You can sign up for it using the link in the description of the video, and we'll be talking to you about a strategy of immigration depending on your specific goals. And we have all the licenses and registrations that allow us to provide immigration law consultations. So if we're talking about immigration to the United Kingdom, if we talk about permanent immigration, you have the program which is called Global Talent Visa. Global Talent Visa is the immigration program, immigration route for people who can prove that they have been instrumental to a specific field of economy, mostly the technology economy, and they can show that they have achieved a level of success that is above average, well above average. And you can prove that by providing independent evidence. The Global Talent Visa allows you to stay in the United Kingdom for 5 years. You can apply for a permanent residence or settlement within the 3 years of your application, and you can apply for your passport on the 4th year of your residence in the United Kingdom, as long as you match all the requirements and financial burden too. And this program allows you not only to become a citizen of the country, not get a settlement, but it can also function as a long-term visa for your specific purposes. For example, if you're growing your business, if you're setting up your own startup on the territory of the United Kingdom, you can use this visa to pretty much do anything. You don't have to apply for settlement if you don't want to. You can pretty much all the income that you're receiving outside the United Kingdom, and it's a passive income, you can list it as a non-taxed income. So you won't be able and you won't have to pay taxes on that income as long as you're not a tax resident in the country. But this is not a tax consultation. You have to consult the legal representative in this field who has a license to practice the tax law. Then there is a Innovator Founder program. This is a program for people who are looking to get their permanent residence or just residence in the United Kingdom based on the startup that they're developing. Your startup has to be innovative, has to be viable, and has to be scalable. You cannot just submit an application on Innovator Founder Visa if you have used, for example, or your product is a technology that is based on some existing technology, but yours is improved. This does not count. You cannot apply for these visas. All you can do is just try and maybe get some feedback from the endorsing body. That's all you can do. But after you apply for the Innovator Founder Visa, you have to be able to invest in your startup visa or in your startup in general as much as £50,000. You can do that within the 3 years after relocating to the United Kingdom, but you have to be talking and you have to be in touch with your endorsing bodies on like the whole traction within the United Kingdom. Then there is a skilled worker visa for people who are looking to get sponsored in the United Kingdom. For example, if you're working as a software engineer and you found an employer on the territory of the United Kingdom, you can apply for this category, for this visa, and relocate to the United Kingdom based on your employment. This visa also leads to a permanent residence, to settlement after 5 years, but your contract and your visa depend on your pretty much employment. If your contract gets terminated, your visa is also terminated, and you have to either leave the territory of the country, or you have to find a new employer who will also sponsor you, and you change the status to a new contract. There is a lot of visas in the United Kingdom. For example, there is expansion visa, there is sportsman visa, there is student visa, but we'll not be talking about them in this video. If you have interest in receiving any of it, or if your goal is to, for example, do business in the United Kingdom, you can text us using the link in the description of the video. We'll be talking to you about the strategies that you can use to relocate to the country, and we'll be accompanying you throughout the whole process. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you in next videos.